Ping. You just look at me. So we're with Neil Casey here. We're on North Street. This is our third visit today. The road's closed, has been since the 6th of the month. Not likely, Neil, to be open until the 24th. What have the problems been from your point of view?
Problems, there's just a slight problem just getting your deliveries down, but we've overcome that nice and handily. We'll just go up, move the bollards down, put the bollards back. So, you go with it with the right attitude, and you can make it work. People are walking up, we're offering to carry their stuff down to the car park. Anybody who's got mobility or disability issues to get up and down, we'll bring it right down to the car for you. We'll carry it round to William Street car park. We can send down a handheld machine, gives you the facility to pay. Other than that, it's
business as usual.
Business as usual is the message that we want to get across. Yes.
One of the differences between this part of the street and the other part of the street, you're double yellow line, so you're not necessarily getting too many parking here. You do have some parking space. That's disappeared.
Yes, you're not allowed down this end of the street due to the vibration going towards the building. So that's why this end of the street's closed off. And as I say, everybody's just mucking in and trying to do their best, just fighting for their livelihood and just doing their best to keep things going through this period.
There are other businesses affected here. Right at the top there's the decor trophy shop, there's a barbers, there's all sorts of things. Another restaurant, the kitchen across the road, the Swedish shop as it were, McKeown's at the top, they're all being affected.
Everybody's being affected. That's why we all have to pull together, just try to be positively promote that the place is fully pedestrianised and we're open for business as usual. Not just myself, but the whole of North Street from top to bottom. The whole of North Street as a whole, from top to bottom. Free car parking down the bottom, you can walk up to us. Free car parking around on William Street, you can dander around. We'll be here all day today and all day tomorrow and all day every day after that.
We were talking to Henderson's earlier. Gavin was telling us that he had to pay people off. Is it that stage for you at this 3 or 4 weeks in? Or are you able to kind of suck in the damage, as it were?
It would always be the last thing on my mind to let this encroach on any of my men. So it is, because they've all got mortgages and young children. So I would sort of try and cover it in the short term as much as I can, as not to let any of my staff go.
Well, heaven help us that it never gets to that stage. What about special promotions you're finding yourself to do? I mean, you do promote this business pretty well as it is. Are you doing extra ones or? I
am. For this weekend, any over 300 gram steaks, they're 3 for a tenner. If you buy 6, you get 1 free. That's sirloin, chump steak and tomahawks. So 7 for your 20 quid. That's the biggest steak offer in the town this week. So it is.
There are plenty of other butchers in the town. This one's been around for a while, hasn't it?
We've been in the street for about 30 odd years. I've worked in the street, and then Finton was in the street before that. But I worked for Finty for 30 years, and then I finally just took over there in January.
Congratulations on doing that. I mean, this is, regardless of the butchers, this is a pretty historic street with obviously the renovation there. You're looking forward perhaps to more renovation on the opposite side, other projects.
I'm going to tell you, I think them buildings need to be kept as part of the history of Lurgan. It's very important. This building we're in ourselves is an old historical building as well, plenty of history to it. I wouldn't like to see anything happen to any of them. I think we need to preserve and keep as much history in the town as we can.
Well, I know the fella that lives upstairs, and I'm sure he doesn't want to be shaken out of it.
Definitely not.
Sure.
Definitely not. I know him well myself, and a good fella he is too. There's plenty of shops there. Lucas Bloom's is open, the Yarn Barn, Pin Up, Nadine, Selection Boxes, the Chocolate Parlour, Worrit, the whole top of the street, Clare. Nina's Kitchen, everybody. I hope I haven't missed anybody, and if I haven't meant to, but the whole lot of it's open there trading for business.
I mean, I can make the observation from the outside, but this is one of the busiest streets for business in the town.
This is probably the busiest street in the town, and we'll have to fight hard to preserve it, and I will be fighting hard to preserve it.
Here's a sideways one that we can put into the tape or not to put into the tape. There's a movement towards kind of getting a town businesses together. Is this a good time to get a town business group together to come along and be more forceful and have more say in what does go on and what doesn't go on?
I come from the standpoint, doing anything that is positive for the town, I'm all for it, and I mean the town as a whole. I'm all for it. But it's you sort of get caught up in your own wee universe. And North Street's been my universe for a long, long time, and that's why it's so important to me, and that's why I focus so much on North Street. Sort of way I grew up on it, all them years working as a young lad for Finty. So it's a very important street to me, and my heart and soul's in it. So it's important that that we keep this street especially, but the town as a whole, anything that promotes it, I'm all for it.
Well, thanks for sharing your heart with us as to the circumstances, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it, and all the best for the future. Thank you.
You can tell me that's a sideways.